It was 2004, and I came with a friend of mine back home, Glenn Walraven. We rode for a Honda dealership there in Georgia, freewheeling Honda, but didn't know what to expect. I guess first time. Everybody talks about coming out here, but so got with them guys, came out here first time, rode more than I should have the first year, missing a pit and a traffic wreck, but had a great time, learned a lot. Come back 3 more years after that because it was addictive, and there's nothing like that back home on the East Coast. So, but this year I got hooked up with Brandon from a friend of ours. Patrick works with Recluse. He got in touch with me, asked last minute, I guess, if we could work something out and come out here and be part of the team. So I was really excited. So honored to be out here with him. He seems like a really cool guy. Excited for the race. It's going to be a fast section, a lot of windy roads. There's a few in the middle of the section, some rocky, whooped out stuff, but most part it's going to be a high-speed course. Looks like 100-mile section. Hopefully I'll get it in really fast, good average speed. First day of pre-running. Well, rode a little more than we should have, but that was okay. Then ended up riding into the night. But it was fun. Always is. Something to talk about. Always will remember it.
Yeah, I'm getting on the bike at about race mile 370 and taking it to the finish. And the sections, there's 10 miles of asphalt, and then we get off over a water crossing that hopefully won't be dammed up. And there's good 10 miles of pretty nasty rough stuff, and lots of hills, rocks, everything, whoops. Then there in the middle section is some fast, smooth stuff, and then back into nasty, hilly, rocky stuff. I can't pre-run the finish going backwards. We gotta pre-run it with the guys heading out of town that are starting the race. So we're not on the course going backwards. There's a lot of people out there today, so it's not a good idea to pre-run backwards. So that'll be interesting. Coming the other way on that, it's the first time I've seen that section of the course today, so it's a little confusing in town. There's a lot of people and a lot of kids building booby traps and interesting stuff, so, but I think we'll be able to pick our way through it. And we pre-ran the race bike yesterday, and it was phenomenal. Kenny did a great job, and yeah, I'm really excited to get after it on race day.
Well, the skid plates kind of came about with a they wanted something a little bit better than an aluminum chassis skid. So, and we were running the plastic for most everything we were doing, and they didn't feel what we were running would be sufficient enough. So that's where we came up with the thicker, half-inch thick plastic skid plate for running in Baja. And they tried it. They pre-ran with it on a couple bikes and it seemed to work okay. And then a couple years ago, they decided to put one on the race bike for the 1000, and it's lasted and worked really good ever since, and so that's what we've been running down here. I think it's similar to what we do at home, except it's not a loop course. It's not a closed course. Got a lot more things you got to watch out for. There's cars, could be potential cars that we meet, like in the Mike's Loop or anywhere really. Have to watch out for other vehicles coming up behind us, more so than you do like at a works race or something of that nature. That's kind of the main difference, and we're racing from one point to another, like I said, not a loop. So it's definitely a little different, and it's kind of get a little bit of mix of terrain of a little bit of everything in the whole in the section. So.
The bike bike is essentially, short of being some components that were used at the 250 and tested on, there's nothing that hasn't been touched. Motors are 100% new, completely rebuilt. Crankshafts, pistons, cylinders, valves, I mean, on and on and on. They're essentially a race-ready bike to go and finish 500 whatever miles we needed to finish. I don't feel like I'm ever at the point where they're perfect, but I mean, really, it's every race is a little bit better. So it's every time we come down, you know, we hope that the bike is just a little bit better than the last one and works a little better and has less issues than the last race and goes a little farther. No, there's never really been one big major thing that we've decided that was going to be the race winning fix, but you know, every race there's multiple things that we come across and find out that need to be looked at and dealt with a little differently, or you know, not dealt with at all. Well, coming down here is a good time. Just it's a different deal. You know, everybody's friendly down here. You don't have the animosity that you have with other racers at different events, whether it be you know, being involved with a race with dirt bike guys or you know, whatever. You know, you don't have that. The looked upon as, you know, the outsiders. You know, down here it's everybody's part of the same big picture.
Surrender now.